gonza musindika ya sente eri abagalwa abo mu nyaffe Uganda ng'okwesa enkola ya tap send enkola eno nnungi ate nga yeesigika. Kati genda mu simu yo odownloadinge app ya tap send TAP olwono nawe weeyunge ku mpeereza ennungi mu kusindikira abagalwa abo. Kozesa promo code
Kasuku
nga toyawuddeemu. Abali mu UK ojja kufuna pound 10, Europe ojja kufuna euros 10, USA ojja kufuna dollars 10,
Canada
ojja kufuna dollars 10. Ate nga kino kisinzira mu nsi mw'oba. Kati gwe abadde atawaanyizibwa mu kusindika ensimbi eri abagalwa abo. Okumanya ebisingako okufuna app ya tap send ebifudde byangu nga tukusindikira abagalwa baffe ensimbi.
Shukra Herbal Solutions Katwe faba kubuka mu kujjanjaba endwadde ez'enjawulo nga tukozesa eddagala ery'obutonde. Tukuwa eddagala erisembeza amagi gw'atazaala. Tulina eddagala lya 3-in-1 muwoomya supu taiti n'akabugumu. Tulina eddagala lya kabootongo ne syphilis nga bino tubijjanjaba ne biwonera ddala. Tulina ka tube cleanser nga kano kayoza enseke. Tulina ka water syrup nga kano kasumulula taapu. Ate nga abakyala twabaleetedde ka taiti pills ezijjanjaba infections ez'enjawulo. Nga naawe omwami ayagala okulwa mu kisaawe twakukoledde ka jab ointment. Tulina slimming pills nga namwe abenyooma mu size tukuweera ddala eyo size gye weetaaga. Ate nga naawe omukyala ataweebwa twakukoledde kamuweebwa akakuggulirawo emikisa. Tulina ne ka return oil akakomyawo omuntu wo. Kubira aba Shukra Herbal Solutions Katwe ku nooti 75844314. Beba Shukra Herbal Solutions Katwe.
Welcome to yet another edition of Kasuku Live. Olunaku olwaleero ndi ku Posh Junction Salon, wano Spear House. I didn't know this place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really a nice place. Engeri gye bakikozeemu bambi. You can't believe it is here.
You didn't know?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Well.
You know, sitera kujjayo nnyo ate mbadde nkomanyi wali ku National Theatre.
Hey.
Yeah, song eno sijja. So when you were like, hey, Posh Junction, until you said Spear House, I was like, oh, okay. Era ntuuse eri wansi ndaba furniture nga musajja nnyongera waggulu paka wetuuse wano. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ndi ne Lucky Mbabazi
Nyongerako
Kanyomozi.
Kikulu.
Kiri important.
Abantu balina bagamba.
We last met how many weeks ago? Like a month?
I think it's about a month.
A
we
month.
met on the 5th. Jukla I know event called 7th.
Yeah,
so that's how
we met on the 5th.
The 5th, and your friend passed the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How are you dealing with? I know it's your show, but I can find out. Are you okay?
We are trying.
Mugezako.
Tugezaako. We shall.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, death is inevitable. I tell
death,
people.
Yeah.
Transition. We're not going to transitioning.
Yes.
Yabasookayo busosi.
So
if you keep that in mind, chikuyambako mu healing process. Ate wakola psychology. Sibe wakola.
Nakola psychology. We shall
We'll
get
manage.
better. It never happens instantly.
No.
But yeah, we keep going. Now, the last time we spoke,
Right.
we tried to get exercises, what are the benefits of like doing the exercises,
Right.
and then in between there you hinted on how many minutes should a man last, and for you were like 3 hours.
No. See, you misunderstood. I said, first of all, how long a man should last. Shino kubera. Do we mix with?
Yeah, we can mix with Luganda.
Oba tusigale ku
Byonna
Luzungu?
Luganda n'Oluzungu. To Luganda lwe basinga okwagala.
Nti kakati wabeera ne mukyala wo. First of all, oba olina omuyiga. So how long you should take should also depend on your partner. We Kasuku togenda kuduka 3 hours nga mukyala wo tazisobola. Yeah, 3 hours okola ki? Because what you're doing in that is also something to think about. That when somebody says into mugenda 3 hours, it's not literally ntogenda kubera 3 hours.
You're just pumping.
Yes, you'll just be pumping air and she'll not be feeling anything. But even the process, joyitamu kutuka kweyo final act, to omukyala abeere satisfied, nawe obeere satisfied. Biki byokola okutuuka kwekyo? Because
that's where the question now has been. When we talk to some ladies, they say, "Me, I want a guy who can do 1 hour." Now, then we ask, the 1 hour is purely inside, or just like the whole process?
I don't think that she means, because To be honest with you, okujja kongo inako byonywedde. 1 hour ngali inside is a bit of a stretch.
But does a woman have the concentration for 1 hour inside?
Again, it depends on a woman. There's people who are sexually driven. Yes, haven't you heard of also sex addicts?
Yes, I have.
No matter what you do, it's very hard to satisfy them.
Yeah.
So that's therefore, wango oli musajja nga tomusobole mute. Agenda kumenya. Naye bw'aba akugamba nti 1 hour is the oral part of it. Munyumizaako ku mboozi in between. Mukozeeyo ebintu ebiralalalalawo. You dance a little bit, you know. Then when mutuukira okutuuka ku act yennyini aba ayidde nga kiggwa ogenda okukubalabalamu nga ne 2 hours zisobola okuyitawo.
Isn't that a long time?
No, it's not.
Like you do foreplay for what?
I'm telling you what foreplay. Are you having conversations in between?
People converse in between.
You don't.
Like, I'm asking. I'm asking for the
sake
viewers.
of chemistry. For the sake of there's people. Again, I told you. To chivaringa from one person to another person.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. Mulimu abantu yengo okwogera kimukolera. That's a turn on for them. So kiba kikukakatako gwe ng'omutegedde mukyala obe gye muzungira wena gwofunyeeyo nti kati ye conversation is her language, her sex language, is love language and sex language.
But I think most women like that conversation.
It does.
Like you talk to them, no limba.
Limba. It does help. You know why? Because women are more connected to this whole thing. Fetwagala emotional connection. Njagala nti I get connected with you first to tufune your chemistry, then we tukira mo act tukole act. Naye mu abasajja you're physically connected. Goyagala. Your end goal is just to.
Now, there are people who say this whole process of foreplay, 1 hour, and you know those things, be above. Who have time? Because if you have to look for money,
then that would explain why now the rich people who have the women end up finding their women going to the poor.
To the poor.
Do you now understand? So you've just answered your question.
But then, Katia, on the twebuza yomuchala ayagalachi. Because ideally, no, but lucky, you want time, you want money,
yes,
you want good sex.
There's nothing wrong with that, standards.
And then for you, you're offering what?
I'm offering myself, for example, if I'm your wife, I'm going to bear your children. Do you think that's an easy thing? So me just being there is what I'm offering. I am the table. Do you understand? What do you bring to your table? I am the table. Yes, the table.
You are the table.
Yes.
It's the children.
You bring the set up your marriage because there are other instances where you're just having fun. There's relationship, boyfriend, girlfriends. Those ones are different. But if you sit down and actually ask your wife, what do you bring to the table? There's something wrong with you.
A man is not supposed to ask the wife.
Because if you can't see it,
what do you bring to the table?
If you can't see it, you're not a man. Period.
Huh.
Kasuku.
Pass it on to your friends.
Pass it on to your friends. If you cannot see what your woman brings to your table, and you actually think you have to ask it, you're not a man. Go sit with the boys and drink soda. Don't sit on the table of men, because what your woman brings is the whole care. When you've gone to make money, who is doing that? After these days, they go, you work, I am hustling with you. You have the audacity to ask. What do you bring to the table?
Okay, but now that lady is understandable, because the angle Monty, if you're a stay-home madam, I'm paying the bills.
Right.
You're demanding good sex, and I'm not offering the good sex.
Hell yes.
Then you're saying you're getting some other guy who is going to offer you the good sex. Maybe you could think about it this way.
Right.
That this guy, the sex may not be good, but he's bringing the money. But most people are saying they want the good sex, they want the money.
As they should.
They want the care.
Yes.
And then we are asking in exchange for what?
Now listen, if you decide that you're going to end up with a stay-home mother, stop saying that stay-home mothers are not working. They are actually working.
Doing what?
She is a stay-home mother taking care of your kids. She's a stay-home mother who cooks for you. If she wasn't there, wouldn't you hire somebody to cook?
I could.
If she wasn't there, wouldn't you hire somebody to go to wash the clothes?
I could.
So why don't you give her that money that she's doing for doing all of these things?
But isn't that the difference, that what she's doing, someone else can do?
Then you go, leave her, bring that somebody. You leave her, the wife. Gendo etoyo somebody. Kasuko, by that time you said, let me get married. So when you decide to bring somebody's daughter, Mumakago, stop asking those boyish questions. What do you
You call them boyish.
They're boyish. Tawali musajja gumidde. What does my wife bring to? Are you like wife and bring to the table in the same sentence? Bro.
Musajja Godfrey Kotesa, I was with him yesterday. We were shooting and he was really telling me, you need to ask the woman, what do you bring to the table? Because some women like take everything for granted. They feel like because I'm the wife, there's nothing you can do about
Here's
it.
the thing. Good question that your friend talked about.
Yes.
The stages of asking those questions have already passed. You say, you can't want to wife someone and ask a question that you would ask a girlfriend.
Because the wife is acting like the girlfriend.
Here's the thing. These are conversations that were supposed to happen before you took a step further. Now that you have taken further, you lost the chance to ask those questions. And I tell people, before you commit, you're dating. If you don't align, stop thinking that you're going to figure it out. You're actually not going to. That is why you feel like because she's not changed. This is the person you actually dated, but you chose to ignore, thinking it will not. What you see is what you're going to get in the long run. They might pretend they have a red flag. Woman or man, don't go in.
When you see a red flag,
don't.
Yeah, but lucky there's women who move into relationships 1 year, 2 years, 5 years later. Now they feel like no.
It's not working out.
No. They feel like they are fully in charge. They begin doing things that you really don't understand. She's acting like the girlfriend. Tayagala kuoza. Tayagala kufumba. Wano wogambira nti yeah, kati olese maid. No kufumba no leta maid. Nga the only thing now that the only thing of sajja chala bachokola is now the sex. Ochitegedde. Kati atenga demand izo nyingi. Already he's paying for washing, cleaning the house, cooking and everything. You're offering the sex.
This is what I do, and this is what I tell fellow women who actually are going through this. Nzenga laki nkola, I make my own money.
Yes.
Even if he makes his money, I make my own money. That means, ebintu byonna ebyewaka, ebyetaagisa maid, I'm going to pay for them.
You pay the maid.
Why would the man pay the maid? She's practically doing what maybe I would be doing. Wow. So that's all on me. Do you understand? That's all on me. Kakati gwetula olinde mmere kutuukeko. Ochiwulira kwagamba ne conversation between my husband and the maid teriiwo nyo buli kimu kiyitira munze kubanga because you have to understand Kasuku sigana genda nkeere at 4:30 ku Capital nfumbe breakfast
awo wennyini
okitegeera
omusajja we yadde agambira nti kati awo omusajja abatakyali musajja
oba oli musajja
that lucky you can't make your man
it's
breakfast.
Not I can't make the breakfast.
Yeah.
It will be emotionally, mentally, and fairly draining for me to wake up at 4:30 a.m. I'm not going to breakfast at 4:30 a.m. to go to Capital to work. 4:30 a.m. I wake up. 4:30 a.m. I wake up, wake the kids up at 5, make sure they are ready in their uniforms. By the time I leave home, 5:30, they have had, I leave them at the table, ngabanywa chai. Tata wagenda kuzunguka kubatwala ku ssomero, nga at least ntadde was set up. My man, thank God, into your breakfast here at 10. Sometimes he will find me there, sometimes he won't. But there is a system that works for my home. It doesn't necessarily mean it is a system that is going to work for your home. Because I'm thinking your wife doesn't work at 4:30. So when I got breakfast, I was already for me. It doesn't mean that I can't do it. It will be a bit of strain. Humanity, tuli bantu. We gotta be friends, Kasuku, tubanga tuli bafulu. otegere nti lucky bw'aba agenza okukola nti nange nkitegeera. Waking up at that time is not an easy thing. So bwe munaabeera mu ebyo husband wife oba biki and you forget the friendship aspect of it, biremeseza obufumbo bye bw'owulira abantu bananga I'm so unhappy. You're not friends, you're living like enemies, you're living like competitors. I don't even know what you're competing for.
Because there are men who want to insert themselves on the women. Now I'm a dictator. And they feel that is the way they control their homes. Now, the challenge is with most men are saying, when you decide to talk with a woman, you agree, don't make breakfast. She will never make the breakfast again. You get it? Because even when you're off, let me say public holiday, you'll be like, the maid will make the breakfast. And that's where the pain comes from. That the moment a woman knows a man can cook,
naye kakati awo bw'oleetayo gundi explanation n'abakyala bajja kugamba that's why we don't contribute on the bills. Because if I wake up and say and I start just clearing some bills y'amazzi amasanyalaze maybe nkikoze lwalumu
n'okimulekera
kisigalirayo so kisigalirayo and then the bills are on you. So bino ebintu byakutegeeragana and to understand your person. There's no book that will teach you how to live with somebody. You've stayed with siblings for years. They do not understand you and you have conflicts every now and then. What makes you think that you're going to find this person from wherever? So it's just understanding. Ubuntu. Like understand muri bantu, talk to each other, open up. If the communication gap is narrowed down, tewali kisobola kulema mu bufumbo naye obufumbo buganye because there is no communication. Just I'm the woman, then I'm the man. Your partners.
Yeah, because abasajja abasinga be batuuka eno oli amuga nti kati oli asanga pato n'amugamba omukazi wamulabye ku interview naga nti she doesn't do breakfast. Are you a man enough? Nze omukazi wange tasobola vaka nga tataddewo breakfast.
But you know, he knows when I need him to be a man. That's not for you to understand, the outsider. You know what I mean? So what makes a man? What makes a man is not me giving you breakfast. I do respect him. He knows that. And under no circumstances will you find me speaking ill of my husband. That clearly shows that we have a great partnership. So that's why I see on social media, I'm like, why?
Onatesa oli atesa.
Tosobola kuteseza bufumbo bwa munongo oli bweru. You don't understand what works for them. Find what works for you and then make it work mwe babiri. Move mu bintu bya social media ebalimba. Fena fe tutekako obuntu nga tuli mu vibe naye sometimes you are not. So it's not real. It's just a different land. Mulimu ebintu bitono byojja okuteekayo depending on them. For sobola nokeera ng'okabye naye noteeka video
ng'oli happy bitya.
Oyo abeera ne vibe.
24/7.
That's what I want you to see. So we make you see what we want you to see. And that's why everybody is doing on the social media. Every time you have conflict, vako social media. Maybe I should also, it's not a good space to be at. Work on yourself.
Yeah. So I think that the biggest lesson now we take away today, how long, is every family should have a manual of their own.
Yes.
The manual can't be universal.
No.
That we fena tulina komawo ne bagula gate ne tutulawo ono ne badeta chai which is very okay for a man. It's very okay for a man to come home, make like evening tea. Now omukyala ne banywawo bonna babiri.
Hey, so if I find my man making a cup of coffee, I'm like, Han, could you make me one too? He wouldn't be offended by that. First of all, the tone. Han, could you please also make me one too? What? Yeah, but you know what is going to happen after the tea? Jan service. So
you compensate it.
That is now today wali ku 3-hour game je nakugambye awo tani so kumarinating
etandikire no waliwo yangamba ko lumuna ngamba nti kasuku you know you need to prepare your wife begin talking to her nga muli ku mulimu. Tell her, hi babe, how is this, how are you feeling? Nemugamba naye mukwano, won't we work tetubeko bye tulowooza birala? Because most people think like the actual act is what matters. So you need to bring someone like you. They bring you on you say at 10, bakulimbye. By the time you get home at 5, you're building up. You're building up. Nanga sanga ninayo kwenkolo mwedezayo ka message. These pictures that you send to strangers, you should be sending them to your husbands without the face. Without the face. Okamuwereza nalaba system. System ndiye chaka. Ayenza kuvuga speed. So that is what engulfs what you could call 3 hours. That's 3 hours of the act, because there is sex doesn't exactly just begin with the physical. Sex, especially for women, starts from here. I start, envisioning, seeing you and being within the crazy things that I want to do to you in my head before I actually. Now it depends on how you respond to that or how we continue. No yagalo chimubuulira naga please I'm busy. Wanaga sente. Mpaamu obudde, give me a break. No my auntie kati wanu yeah. But then there is something you spoke about, and this is now from the woman's angle. You are saying how you connect with the woman matters. Yes. Because I've seen situations where a man goes, okay, let me say 20 minutes, the actual, with, let me say, the wife. Then baba and a side chick or random chicks is like 5 minutes, 8 minutes. So you meet like 5 women, all with different versions of the same man. Yeah. Like tamalako, guy wa tabu. Then you're like, where does the discrepancy come? Because we like different things. Okay. As women, we're not the same. Where I like to be touched is not where my friend loves to be touched. So when you come and you're doing it the wrong and you're doing what you did to a certain lady, so you're going to... You think it's the same thing? It's not going to work. So you have to study the woman that you're with, understand what really gets her. You will start doing things, manya biting away, wow, what a waste. You know what I mean? So, women are not the same. They like to be touched differently. Their sex language is different. Their love language is different. So you have to understand there are different things. So you're going to have different experiences. Different experiences with different women. To be a study case. You will try to find her. Some of them will hide it because she's really not interested in the whole sex. Because some men ngatusoma edda mu high school nga batugamba nti Sima, you're supposed to find the G spot, or you're not finding a way you touch her. Yeah, that's a good thing. You know? So like those days they could tell us, discover me. But then discovering you could be like, it will take hours. So that's when it's like, that's much better. You know why it has changed? They are confident in their sexuality. They know exactly what they want. They are not really for the time wasting. So to communicate. Where does it work? But you can also see not there. Body language, read it. So whisper, ask her, what do you want to be touched? There's a baby I was talking to and she was like, me, I don't like going down on me. Okay, these people who don't like it. Yeah, like... Including men. You hear them and they say, no, for me, it's not for me. You know, when the president came out and said the mouth is for eating, it clearly showed us that he's in a different era. He can't quite understand the thrills and joys.
So if you find a man, if you're dating a man from that era, they will tell you, hey, bro.
No, it doesn't work with me.
So different, like I said, different strokes for different. Don't go down on somebody who doesn't want to. You'll be embarrassed.
So I hope the conversation was brief. I hope it was brief.
We've been talking like forever.
No, we've barely spoken for 15 minutes.
But we had everything in there. Let's of course.
Everything. Because chances of kwagala is the takeaway is like it is possible to do these 3 hours like some people claim.
Yes.
But it is not 3 hours of actual humping.
And if a man does that, it's really not going to work. But tutandika nokubala how many
obuntu obuli ku siri
spots of love not about 1 2 3 4
so but then to save so many young men out there because they discuss me the ladies say guy wadachikatan tamalako takonachi, so they really want to know that actual penetration should be for you think should be like how many minutes?
It should be when you both get to, we call it hallelujah, for lack of a better word, when you both get to climax, that should be, because the goal is not how long.
Yeah. The
goal is both of you getting satisfied.
Yeah.
And every time you have, you get intimate with your partner, you're looking for something. Where we have sex and I'm just mad, like I'm just being crazy.
Yeah.
I'm really not looking at coming or anything like that. I just want to play.
Yeah.
And for him, and goal money. So I'll just, play around with him until he gets to that. But if I want to, I communicate. I'm like, good, today, put me in your situation.
Yeah.
And then as you're doing it, he knows or he will understand that at the end of the day, when she is done, when she's done, I can also go get mine, then to chimale for as long as you're both satisfied. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, doesn't really matter.
So the guys out there, you've had 10 minutes, 2 minutes, as long as. And I think then that takes us back to this thing of, they call it foreplay, how you pay. Because there's some ladies who say, with that time you prepare her, like you're trying to kiss her, touch her here, touch her there.
Right.
For her, she just feels that's enough.
Okay. There's people who really, prefer that.
They're like, that's enough. So by the time you do actual penetration,
it's for you.
She's like, already, she's feeling the joys and thrills. So I think we need to move into more communication, more understanding your partner, because really this whole intimate thing, your communication. And this is what you want, and what the kind of relationship you have with your partner, especially Mwabafumbo, is the same you're going to have when that act comes, period. Especially when it comes to a woman. You are not going to abuse her and then get to that act and you think you don't give her, you do nothing for her and you expect her to bring her A game. We are looking for water. Every woman has that. But I tell you, that's a story for another day. Tewali atayina kisinziira mbeera kijalimu and what exactly you're doing. Like I told you, sex for women is mental. Baba tali mu state eno era neyo genda kutugiramu okola otya, you somersault, you jump up and down. The result will not be the same. Now finally, because you do fitness and all those things, njagala nacho tuchongeremu na tuchogerako because I'm one of those people I really don't work well. Just at work, but when you go out, you do exercises, you run a bit, you do what? So, what are the health benefits in relation to sex when you do exercises, and which exercises in particular?
Listen, all exercises, cardios, a walk, for as long as you're working on the body, you're working on the system. If your system is fine, then that means you have to realize that exercises obera mental space in for me, I'll remain active or whatever, even after 4 children, simply because I do exercise. And it has to be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
If I must engage and produce at work and then go at home, be happy, and then exercise ekuyamba. And if it's helping you here mentally, then when it comes to sex, obviously you're fitter, you can try different things, your body is always ready, you can sustain whatever hours or minutes, and if you feel good, you deliver. It's as simple as that. So I will encourage them, even if it's more money, was anti-exercises the gym. For 30 minutes. That's all you're doing. It's cardio, it's enough. Your heart rate will move better, cutting weight, or sweating skin pores, skin glowing.
And you're done. Karateba na bakozesa hubs. Ile dagala sima stimulator, nywakano.
Listen, just eat healthy. Water, take enough water. Hydrate. Fruit, ate ffe tuli mu Uganda nti buli kimu weekiri. Fruits bichi mugenda kunywa ebintu ebimu. I see people washing, steaming themselves. Ebyo byonna bikumenyera bwereere. System eri eyo wansi Katonda yo yagikola nga yeekola yokka. Just eat right, exercise, do right, have a proper mental state. Buli kimu works out ogenda okulaba ng'omubiri gutambula. Ebyo ebirala, I mean, herbs are good for health-wise if you pick the right herbs, like general health. For example, it sometimes acts like a natural antibiotic. Bokwata gundi akatungulu nokasalasa nokamixinga ne ntangawuzi chikola bulungi health-wise ebintu ebimu biyamba ku mitima biyamba ku inflammation. So sobola bikozesa naye nga overall emmere gyaffe gye tulina bw'ogirya, you're good to go. You're good to go. Munywa amazzi. Oh,
drink water because you need it. It's nice having you, Lucky. This is the first time.
Thank you. Second time.
Oh, this is
second time.
Facebook.
Totally on Facebook. Okay,
yes,
yeah, maybe on YouTube.
So I hope the next time I give you a call, you're here.
You came late, but
today I came late. but the previous times, so at least yes. I'm too simple. I had some issues which took a little bit of our time, but at least we've.
Yes.
I'm trying to shift the direction of some of the content on this channel. Yes. Because I realized as psychology there are some problems people are having. Nga olusi biva mu butamanya, olusi they don't look for information. But then when a person, like a famous person, is talking, most people kind of relate to them because they feel like, so Lucky goes through this also.
Absolutely.
Then maybe you heal someone, stuff like that. So.
And it's your calling, Kasuku. Let me tell you that it's your calling to do this. I think you had already started on your journey of doing this. I love that now you're shifting to actually going on the ground and helping people. It's nice to have fun, but you want to leave a legacy behind of Kasuku. So you're doing good.
Yeah, and then I've also gotten the perspective of a young child because there's a gentleman, he's for the men. And for him, most people say he's rigid. A child like this. Kati, from your side, you can communicate and it's where so many things are going wrong.
Yeah.
Being able to tell your man that, I wake up this time, I may not be able to do this for you. But ate mu long run ngatena yalaba oyine kituli watch galira kino.
Yes.
Or watch together. So trying to make someone understand, especially young couples today. They feel like I'm doing too much. She's not doing anything.
We know together that millennials and Gen Zs. Gen Zs is the generation now.
Yeah.
Gen Zs operate differently. Differently. Kakati bw'osanga omuntu nga millennial na datinga Gen Z obanga generation X. Wagenda kubeerawo gap temugenda kwetegeera. So it's very important for you to study generations, understand them, otegeere lwaki their relationships. A Gen Z's relationship is going to be far different from what we have now, and even how we train them and teach is going to have to be different. It's going to have to be different.
Until next time, thanks for coming.
You are welcome.
Mubere bulungi, mweraba.